Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever been to a hackathon, you know the vibe, right? They are these massive catalysts for innovation, fueled by intense developer energy, brilliant ideas, and, well, a terrifying amount of energy drinks. But what actually happens to all that scattered, chaotic energy once the weekend ends? Today, we're exploring the Sui Builder Map, and we'll see exactly how a lightweight, curated directory completely transformed a temporary burst of coding at the Taipei Hacker House into structured, long-term value. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with Taipei's booming Sui hub and then explore the hackathon information problem. From there, we'll enter the Builder Map, see how it works, learn how it unlocks the event's value, and finally, look at mapping the future ecosystem. Section 1, Taipei's booming Sui hub. So get this number, 269,000. That is the staggering amount of daily active users recorded recently on the Sui network. And when you pair that with billions, literally billions in total value locked across its expanding DeFi and gaming apps, you realize something pretty quickly. Sui is absolutely booming. To capitalize on this, they chose Taipei to launch the physical Sui hub. Why Taipei? Well, it's a world-renowned hardware and developer powerhouse. It represents this unique convergence of technical talent and digitally native enterprises, making it the perfect strategic launchpad for developers pushing the boundaries of Web3. And the Taipei Hacker House actively channeled all of that regional energy. Listen, this wasn't just a casual meetup. It was an intense, immersive 3-day sprint. Top-tier mentors guided developers from both Web2 and Web3 backgrounds in mastering Move, which is Sui's secure, object-centric programming language. The ultimate goal? Building a working minimum viable product, or MVP, in just one single weekend. Moving on to Section 2, the Hackathon Information Problem. And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue. Traditionally, hackathon information is just a scattered reality. Amazing code gets lost in private group chats. Ideas are fragmented across rushed demo presentations, and brilliant builders simply fade into the background once the event wraps up. It's an organizer's absolute nightmare. But in the ideal state, newcomers and investors can gain context quickly. They can identify clear ecosystem signals and actually find reusable content that outlives that crazy 3-day sprint. Which brings us to Section 3, enter the Builder Map. So the Sui Builder Map is essentially a lightweight discovery page. It's a clear guide to the Taipei Hacker House builders, their projects, and ecosystem signals. You know, in an era where everyone is trying to automate and scrape absolutely everything, sometimes brute forcing clean data into a straightforward, manual directory is the most powerful thing you can do. It gathers the event context, individual builder profiles, and short, sharp ecosystem observations into one unified central view. Basically, it trades complex tech for ultimate clarity. Let's break down exactly what makes up this page. The layout is wonderfully straightforward. It includes a high-level event overview so anyone instantly knows what happened. It highlights 3 specific builder and project cards, putting real faces and tangible products front and center. It adds short ecosystem observations for those real-time market signals. And finally, it packages the whole shebang in a really clean, highly shareable layout. Let's look at Section 4, how the map works. The functionality here is distilled into 4 rapid, completely frictionless steps. First up, you just open the page. No complex logins or annoying loading screens. Second, you instantly scan the event context to get your bearings. Third, you read the builder cards to see who built what using the Move language. And fourth, you use it. You reference it later when you need a developer, or you share it directly with a venture capitalist looking for the next big Sui project. This structured sequencing makes the whole interface immediately accessible for anyone trying to get up to speed fast. Now for Section 5, unlocking the event's value. The core value of this directory is incredibly clear. First, it helps participants and totally new people get context fast without having to scroll through endless forum chats. Second, it takes an isolated physical event happening in Taipei and makes it globally shareable with a single link. It literally breaks down geographic barriers. The vibrant energy from Asia's tech ecosystem is instantly exported to the rest of the world. So the crucial point is captured perfectly in this quote. It turns a one-time event into reusable content. Like we said earlier, hackathons are historically transient, right? They happen, the adrenaline fades, and the code often just sits dormant. But by systematically mapping out the builders and their MVPs, this simple directory preserves developer efforts long after the weekend is over. It acts as the memory layer of the ecosystem, basically becoming a permanent portfolio for community growth.
And finally, Section 6, Mapping the Future Ecosystem.
The vision here scales beautifully. The next step is to take this localized Taipei map and grow it into a much broader Sui ecosystem map. As Sui hosts global events from Dubai to Athens, this directory format can expand right along with them. Ultimately, it evolves from just a simple event recap into a robust community content layer. It becomes the definitive, evergreen resource for discovering top-tier Move developers all over the globe. Which leaves us with this final, vital question to ponder. How will organized, community-driven content layers shape the future of Web3 development and ecosystem discovery? As networks like Sui push for mass adoption with hundreds of thousands of active users, the platforms that organize all that chaos into clear, actionable data might just be as important as the code itself. Think about that as you watch the space evolve. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring the incredible potential of structured information.